Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Hannah and today's video is going to be a pregnancy update on week 18 through 20. So yes, I'm wearing the same exact outfit that I was in my last pregnancy update, but that is because I am catching up and this should be my last catching up video, and then hopefully I will be current and I'm excited about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with week 18, I put that I felt some very slight kicks or like movements, and I actually had two really huge kicks on my bladder, or like jumps or punches or something. I'm not really sure, but I had just gone to the bathroom and we were on our way to a restaurant and we were sitting in the car, and I feel like the top part of my bladder hit the bottom part of my bladder, and I was just like, ow, that was kind of painful. And so I waited a little bit and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jump the gun and be like, oh my gosh, there was movement. But then I felt the exact same thing again and I was like, ow, okay, so I think I felt the baby move. And Rob was like, really? And I was like, yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I have been feeling the baby flutter around, move around, kick me, punch me, whatever it's doing. But I have been feeling that. Oh, and I first felt them on Sunday. So the day that I turned 20 or 18 weeks, I felt it. And it really just felt like tiny little flutters. And the first time I was feeling them was right before we were eating. And kind of just felt like little bubbles, little butterflies in my stomach. And I was like, movement, but I didn't say anything. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know like for sure, and I'm like, it could just be gas, I don't know. So I waited, but then I don't know, it really wasn't a feeling that I felt before, so I was just like, I don't think it is gas, so I think it is the baby. But I didn't say anything. I kept quiet until the two big kicks happened a couple days later, and I was like, oh yay, it is. That kind of like stopped me questioning. The last update I said that I was questioning where's my belly, where's my baby bump, and the whole movement thing kind of like made up for it. I was like, well, normally the app says, my little pregnancy app says that first time moms don't normally feel it till like 25 weeks, and here I am at 18 weeks feeling little tiny flutters. So I was like, I'll take it. Would I like to have a baby bump? Sure, but I will take the fun little flutters if that's what I'm gonna have right now. For week 18, we also had a doctor's appointment, and they obviously check the heartbeat every time you go in, and it was at 154. So I guess technically that's on the higher side. So anybody wanting to guess the gender, on the old wives' tales, if it's a high heartbeat, it's a girl. If it's a lower, it's a boy. So with that heartbeat, it would be considered a girl. But we aren't going to find out the gender, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. So on week 19, I put that I was feeling a ton of movement. And there was one day that I was just sitting there and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of movements. And I could feel, like, I put my hand on my stomach and I was like, I can feel it. And so I had Rob put his hand on my stomach, and it was the slightest little kicks and he could feel it. And then I had my mom, and I don't know if she could feel it or not. So anyway, through the rest of week 19, every time I would feel it, I would put my hand on my stomach. And of course, it's a little stinker taking after its dad, and whenever I would put my hand on my stomach to feel it, it would stop. On week 19, I feel like I'm losing my balance a lot, and I remember like just kind of like wobbling everywhere when I would turn around or something. So I don't know if I really was losing balance or if I was just being weird that week, because that could be a thing. Also put on week 19 that my jeans feel a little bit tighter, and I had to actually walk around with a ponytail to unbutton them, and I did. I walked around stores with my shorts unbuttoned because they were too tight. So on week 19, I put, at the end of the day, my lower stomach hurts, like my muscles. And then obviously it feels like I've been kicked in the gut, and I probably really have been, but it's like a just oh, it's tired. I want to hold my stomach. I don't really like want to move too much because it hurts. So that was a thing. On week 20, I ended up buying my first pair of maternity shorts. My mom and I went shopping and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try on a pair so that way I can see like what clothes will actually look like whenever like I'm a little bit bigger and like, you know, have a bump and actually need maternity shorts and clothes. And I tried them on and I was like, oh, this is magic. So I bought my first pair of maternity shorts. I wanted to go as long as possible without buying maternity pants, and for me that was week 20. And but I'm very glad that I bought some maternity pants. Last update, I mentioned that my hip would pop whenever I would walk, and my hip still pops in week 20 and 19 and 18. Like it was, my hip has still been popping, and it's not that big a deal. It just, whenever it happens, and I notice it, but it's not that big a deal. And the last thing I have for week 20 is that I was feeling a lot of movements, and they are getting bigger and stronger, and I could actually see just like little like taps on my stomach. I saw that one time and I was like, okay, I don't want to see that right now. Like, it kind of weirded me out just because of the fact that I'm still not used to there being something in my stomach moving around. Like, I've only been feeling it for like 2 weeks now. So just like last week, excuse the angle change and probably the camera flop, I want to show you guys the baby from week 18 through 20 on my app. This is what baby looked like at week 18. Week 19. This is baby at week 20. Just taking a little snooze there. So cute. Well, at week 20, the baby is 10 inches, 10.08 inches, and 10.5 ounces. And the information that it has for week 20 was that the reproductive organs, your baby gender can now be identified on an ultrasound, but we are not finding out the gender until birth, so we won't know. Sucking movements, your baby may be busy sucking its thumb, yawning, and kicking in your uterus. And yep, I was feeling that. Hair growth. Hair is growing on your baby's head and facial features are formed. So that is everything. It's supposed to be a close-up of the baby's head with the hair. So yeah, that is week 20 baby. So that is it for my pregnancy update, weeks 18 through 20, and hopefully next time you see me, we will be on track with the correct week. And until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Every day something new. If I spend